What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. While the market is fair, full research is going on at DXB Crypto. So if you don't mind, hit the like and smash the hell out of the share button or whichever order you want to do. But by popular demand, in today's video, I'm going to talk about two important projects. Now, in a bear market, as much research as you can makes all the difference. In a bull market, it's all frenzy, anything can pop. But this is where you set your grounds. And in this video, I'm going to talk about maplefinance and Canton Network. So first of all, Canton is a blockchain that combines institutional grade capital markets with blockchain technology while maintaining privacy. It's positioned as the only public chain with privacy that enables financial institutions to connect previously isolated system in exchange for these assets securely, or to exchange them securely without sacrificing control and transparency. Now, of course, privacy-enabled blockchains have done really well. What sets Canton apart, in my opinion, it's the ability to be the top dog in the RWA with the privacy features. So what it has is simply it's privacy-enabled, connects to siloed financial systems and infrastructures with real-world time synchronization. And I think that is pretty key. In addition to that, you have the three main use cases for Canton. One is called Connect. So you access live applications and tokenized assets. The other one is to build rapidly and launch privacy-enabled applications and tokenized assets. And of course, number three, you run the infrastructure and services that contribute to the network. So key features are stablecoins, balanced blockchain, of course, with decentralization at the heart, institutional privacy, and of course, it requires additional controls that you need. So real-time utilization of RWA tokens, privacy guaranteed across all its applications, no need for central or intermediaries, or, if you're moving big money, then that's going to be trustless as you can. So really, that is what Canton is. So you have, derivatives, on-chain finances, of course, stablecoin payments. Now, of course, some of you have been asking me to do this video, so that's why I'm doing it. But overall, you have to understand, it had initially raised about 135 million, partnership with the DTCC to tokenize US Treasuries. And that is the massive key for Canton. That's why it cannot be ignored on the basis of this, just a market cap alone, right? So what you're seeing here is a project that has a 37.5 billion supply. So there are a lot of tokens circulating supply. I need to double check that on other on other sites as well, but you don't really see any top exchanges. You don't see Coinbase, you don't see Binance, but it's done rather well without them. And according to the RWA XYZ, what you have here is crazy market share over the last 30 days, up 38%, and a beautiful price action so far. So Canton is certainly making headlines when it comes to this whole entire RWA space. And this space is ginormous. It's going to be, including stablecoins, I think it's going to be massive here. So far, what we have is US Treasuries making up the large majority of the RWA tokenization effort. So here we have something in the region of 9 billion, in RWA assets. So, and it's going to increase. I mean, potentially it could go to trillions. So what do I think of this? Well, just like I said in the last video, there's more than, just the chart and the price that meets the eye. The secret sauce here is this token, or this coin, is not on any of the key layer one blockchains, but it has that connection. That connection cannot be ignored. And because it cannot be ignored, I am paying massive attention to this. If the market pulls back, we have a very clear strategy on what tokens or coins we want to invest in. Okay. And because of that, I do not mind if these markets chop around or whatever. And that looks like the opportunity we are going to get, regardless of what anybody, myself or other YouTubers hype up. Recovery, or the market is dead. Next day there's recovery. So this is going to be something key to watch. Okay. So 6 trillion in tokenized assets, 380 billion per day in treasury repos. This is the kind of things that it's going after. Every single token in circulation earned by providing utility. You know, this is the 19th ranked coin on CoinMarketCap. Okay. So overall, it has absolutely rocketed. But if big money is going in, sometimes there is no limit as to where these projects can go. However, you never buy the top, but the chart don't look like it's at the top to me, of course. And when you see the chart, you do see this steady growth. So this tokenization is happening on chain, but we don't really see, I mean, apart from from 5 cents to about 10 cents, it dipped back to this 10.7 and then went up slightly again. Currently, there are no active VCs involved, despite the fact that it raised money. So that doesn't, that's a little bit odd, but it does have ties to Goldman Sachs, JPMorgan, and of course, like we said, the DTCC are actually using to move this potentially trillions of dollars in real world assets through the Canton blockchain. And when you actually look closely, overall, we have the RWA space by chain. It's really heavily dominated by Ethereum. But look at this, highest count, total value, the highest, of course, 30-day change, market share, all pretty ridiculously good. But this is what we're starting to see over the next 5 years. And this is why I say to everyone, as far as utility is concerned, well, you got to line yourself up knowing that this is what they're going to do. US government bonds on chain is what the reason why crypto has been stuttering around. Of course, there is a macro headwind right now with the situation in Japan. And we talk about that in way, way more detail in the Discord. So join the Discord if you can. But what you see in here is a massive opportunity for this one. So before you do anything else, continue to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let's continue with the potential future for Canton. So here's what I see. If they start to execute more of this RWA, non-KYC, and all of these securities that they have on this particular blockchain, I think it grows to get slice of this pie. This is what everyone's fighting for. So in terms of rewards, 35% to infrastructure providers, super validators, 50% to application builders, 15% to users, 50% going to builders. Overall, it has burn, mint, equilibrium. That's something I talked about in the video on January the 6th on the channel. And that is when they have this mechanism that is very specific for them. Token value is directly linked to the network usage. The higher the usage, the higher the value. The lower the usage, the lower the value. Burn equals to drain, of course, and we are looking for these supply and demand dynamics to play through. So to meet the equilibrium, the network targets approximately 2.5 billion coins issued and burned annually. And that's the key insight, right? If the network usage grows and fees burn, that could outpace the new minting of potential tokens. And that's something that I spoke about in the previous video. You can find that on the channel. But so far, so good. I think this is one to keep an eye out. Is it the time to buy this? Absolutely not. You could say, yeah, because the chart looks like, no, the charts will come down. Crypto will be slightly cheaper. So hold on to your USDT, whatever that's available to you. Use this information as best you can in order for you to do a comprehensive research. Because apart from that, the project looks absolutely fantastic. Okay. Some decent FAQs on the website if you wanted to do more of your research. Non-pre-mine, non-VC, every token in circulation. That's the very key. In addition to that, we have this BME, or the balance, mint equilibrium. So here's what we need to expect. More big players potentially looking at this. Look at the amount that they move on chain. See where their price is. If it breaks below 10 cents, that's a very strong support line. That's something you need to consider for Canton, of course. In the meantime, I will be bringing you more up-to-date videos about this project. So I hope that gives you an update for it. And the next one we're going to talk about, we're not done yet. Still with Canton, I think one of the key things is the DTCC partnership. Okay, this is the Depository and Trust Clearing Corporation. This is the backbone of US market infrastructure. If anybody doesn't know what this is, I would be able to show you that in a very straightforward manner. And this is a key body that is going to decide the future of tokenized assets and everything else. It is absolutely key. Partners to tokenize the custodied US Treasury securities. So this is huge, right? In its native form. So that's the key thing about it. You know, if you want to take something away in summary, no VCs, no drama, no nothing. Next bad boy on the list is Maple Finance. So this is, of course, I've done previous mentions, live streams, and I think I've done one or two on the channel. But Maple Finance has an incredible burn mechanism. Annually, they burn about 2.5 million tokens. Okay. And of course, it's an on-chain asset management platform, aka another RWA play, secure expert lending financial products for individuals and institutions. Core products are Syrup USDT, USDC, a liquid yield dollar with institutional grade yields that are going to offer you collateralized loans. Non-US users are also welcome. And this is very, very key. The market cap is tiny compared to what's on chain in terms of the TVL, and the borrowing is mainly tailored to financial solutions and institutions. Syrup offers very generous opportunities to earn. So you have, for example, Syrup USDC 5.4% APY, and you have Syrup USDT 4.8%. Institutions will never dream to get this type of yields in traditional finance. And this is why I think this one is going to go from strength to strength. Maple institution secured lending can also offer the institution 7.5 APY. Key features are industry defining transparency. They have transparent loans, collaterals, transactions verifiable on the blockchain, of course, and all solutions are curated with accessible solutions for institutions and individuals. You notice how they are going specifically institutional. And that's what you need in this next round of the next few years in cryptocurrency. They have big partnerships, including the Anchorage Digital, Pendle, of course, another great DeFi project, EtherFi, and of course the Arthur Hayes crew there. And they are the Maple Soul lending. Maple's role as a lending institutional grade on-chain has a credit on the platform. So this one is going to be a banger. What we're looking at is a tiny cryptocurrency by comparison, okay? And if you look at the chart, this has seen some crazy upsides. Of course, not the worst chart in crypto. In fact, one of the better charts overall in the last few years, especially last year, did so well, okay? But now, because the assets are down, no one's talking about it, no ice on it. Only big boys are in the building, big players. What makes it unique for me is the TVL, the market cap, volume, all of that stuff is pretty average, right? This is not, you're not buying a Canton here. It's not a 5 or 6 billion. It has a crazy TVL. And $390 million market caps. And if we go to coin, let's go to CoinGecko and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Syrup is, for me, I would love it if it comes down. Love it. Absolutely love it if it comes down under 30 cents. Okay, break the 30 cents barrier, come down, and of course we will be able to. This is, one of the strongest charts in crypto, by all means. However, when you actually look at this, the metrics speak for themselves, right? This will go to multiple billions, in my opinion. When, I'm not sure. Of course, fully diluted valuation versus the market cap, there's very little in between these two. So in terms of that, it gets a check mark, right? You see that in terms of the outstanding tokens. So we're good for that. 24-hour volume, the entirety of crypto is dead right now. But what I love is the total value locked on the chain. 2.5 billion, right? Nearly 3-4x the circulating or market cap. And that's going to be key. Big prospects here. Maplefinance is going to go from strength to strength. And overall, if you would have bought this last year, even then, 146% up on your money. And we're only having a 14% discount across the last 14 days. So it is a really strong chart. But if charts do collapse, then this is one that I'm going to keep very much. Start DCAing maybe below 25 or 30. And then, of course, wait for it, see what happens, see the market, how it goes. But yeah, these are some really cool projects. Let me know if you hold these. Of course, I've done this because people have been requesting me to look into this. And I'll do another video about the Japanese bond market. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Smash a like and, of course, as always, share the video. Take care.